All right, let me share my screen first. Can everyone see my screen now? Okay, great. All right, good evening, everyone. My name is Gerald, in case if you don't know me. Today's session basically is a very generic session or a very basic session whereby at the end of the day, I just want to make sure that you all will be able to so-called make use of this application called Zoom to conduct viewing and to conduct presentation. Right, so that's why the whole topic of today's session is called virtual viewing and open house. Right, for your information, we have been running through the open house session for our LDA for the past, I think at least one week or so, going through the materials and everything to be done in the open house. So I guess this will be actually very helpful in the upcoming few weeks, whereby if you, because we are still not getting the green light for our physical viewing activities. Right. So as I have explained, the learning outcome for today very straightforward. Only two outcomes I hope that you all will be able to uh, achieve, meaning to just to conduct a virtual viewing and to conduct a virtual open house or a presentation. And as boss have mentioned earlier on, conducting a virtual viewing, I don't think you all should have a problem, because basically the whole setup, the whole function is actually very similar to Google Meet. And we have also sent out the YouTube video on how do we do the Google so-called the virtual viewing through Google Meet. So the whole arrangement is actually very similar. It's just that maybe some of the terms that they are using for Zoom is a little bit different from the Google Meet. All right. So what we will be covering today in a nutshell will be what are the different types of conference software, a basic introduction to Zoom, the different types of Zoom account, and then the more important thing will be the last two parts, whereby we are setting up for viewing and setting up for open house and presentation. Those are the two parts which will be perhaps quite dry for you. So, but then I will try to go as slow as possible so that you all can catch what I am sharing. And then I also have quite a fair bit of graphics to let you all see the buttons to tap on, to click on, and etc. All right. Now, basically, there are actually quite a number of conferencing softwares out there in the market. For example, Google Meet. All right, what we have been using for Orange Tea. And for those of you who have been in the industry for some time, who are actually been using internet and all these things for quite a while, I think you all will probably come across this software called Skype. Skype is the most, I think they are the first company to do video conferencing software. Of course, we have Microsoft Teams, we have Zoom, and also now Uber Conference. But why are we actually looking at using Zoom today? All right, basically, boss have mentioned earlier, because it was actually free for every single user out there, just that there were some limitations. But if we go out to so-called, if we answer our any calls today in the circuit breaker period, if buyers or tenants, meaning the prospects, are actually inquiring about your listing and they are requesting for virtual viewing, when you ask them to use Google Meet, chances are they will actually ask you, do you have Zoom? So as far as our business is concerned, we go to use whatever that our clients are more comfortable with. Right? Just like advertising portals, most of us will probably be using Property Guru because they are the number one portal. Buyers and tenants will go to Property Guru first to look for listings before we go to the second and the third tier type of portal. So right now, Zoom is the in thing. That's why we will be focusing on Zoom for this evening session. So far, so good for everyone. Am I too fast? Jess, am I too fast? Okay, okay. So I just explained earlier on why Zoom over other softwares. So basically the most important thing is that it's the most common platform used among our consumers. And also, because we have for LDA side, we were actually using Google Meet for the most part of our circuit breaker in the beginning, and recently we switched over to use Zoom for our sessions. So in actual fact, actually there is actually better security management system over the each session, meaning because we in Google Meet, the host can actually get kicked out of the session by the so-called participants of the session. So we want to have better control over the entire session, especially during viewing, and if there are co-broke agents involved, that their bias are up to no good, they may just kick us out and then deal direct with the owner and all this. So we want to minimize such potential from happening. That's why Zoom actually has better features to manage the whole viewing sessions. And also Zoom has more functions over Google Meet. Google Meet, if you don't download the extensions, if you're using Chrome, if you don't download those extensions, basically Google Meet is very primitive. You can't do a lot of different functions like recording, even for streaming and all these things. But then today, we will only be covering the very basic things. Types of Zoom accounts. So I'm not selling for Zoom. I just want to let you all know there's a free account. There are also paid accounts available. But for free accounts, the basic limitation is that they can only host up to 100 participants at for any one session. And for group meetings, there is a limitation of 40 minutes per session. Meaning if you are doing a long presentation or you have some questions and answer session over the session, which may exceed the 40 minutes, it will get cut off and then it will not look very nice. So the other basic features, I think, but I mean, at the end of the day, for beginners like us, typical free account will actually be sufficient. What we just need to do is to plan out whatever that we want to say or we want to do, and then keep to the plan. So we will be quite safe for the free account. All right.
Just slow down a bit.
Okay, can. Okay, so basically, what I will be demonstrating or sharing with you today is purely pertaining to the free account. All right. But this account that I've circled out is basically the most popular account type that a lot of users are actually going for lah. 14.99 US dollars per month per host. Right? You can see there's actually a lot more functions, meaning the meeting duration limit 24 hours. You have the reporting after each session as well, and then you can actually customize the personal meeting ID, meaning because if we are using the free version, basically our meeting ID are the same every time. So people can actually hack into your meeting ID. But for a paid account, you can customize that meeting ID. And the recording itself as well. You can record the sessions. Free account, you cannot record. All right. So after this session, if you are more interested and you want to play around more with this session, you may actually think about subscribing for this paid account. Basically, you just need to pay for 1 month to test out. If not suitable, second month you can actually discontinue. This is the plus point about the paid account. All right. Now I will move on to share my mobile phone screen because I've set up the two parts, one for mobile phone and one for laptop or PC. Give me a second, please. Can you all see my mobile screen now? Give me a thumbs up if you all are seeing the mobile screen. All right. So this is actually, I'm using an iPhone now, but then the functions are actually very similar for Androids. Okay, so you can see the Zoom logo that is on the bottom left corner. All right, just need to tap in. Okay, so once it's connected, this will be the screen that they will be showing you. Before we begin, has anyone not yet registered for an account with Zoom, meaning an official account, not just by clicking on the link to come into this session? If you have not, please do so, because otherwise you won't be able to initiate an account. All right. So you can see from this screen itself, in order to initiate the whole viewing session, it's actually very, I would say, idiot proof lah. Because you want to start a new meeting, meaning it's straightforward. You just want to click on the new meeting, and that's where we go into. All right, because the current account that I'm using on my mobile phone is actually a free account. That's why I won't be able to customize my personal meeting ID. All right, so without further ado, we start the meeting. So for those who had not connected to the so-called microphone of your device, this is the part that you need to click on to call using the internet audio. All right, because you want to communicate with your seller, buyer, or tenants and landlords. So this is the way to you click on the connect. So this will be the screen that you will be seeing. Right below, but on the bottom panel, you can see the mute button. You can see the stop video button. When I keep stop video, you won't be able to see my camera. Right? So if I want to move back to open up my camera again, you can see me again. Now I got two screens. All right. So the next thing that we want to do is actually to add your buyers or sellers into the session. So what do we need to do next will be looking at the participants icon, the second rightmost icon, click on it. So because this session itself at this moment, I'm the only person. So you want to start inviting your guests. And you see again, very idiot proof. There's an invite button right at the bottom left-hand corner. You just need to click on invite. So there are various ways to send out an invite. You can send it through email. You can send it through message. You can invite the contacts within your mobile phone book, or you can copy invite link. Sorry. Okay, so the most common way that we are doing right now is actually to do a copy invite link. So you just need to click on the copy invite link. The invite link itself is already on your clipboard. What you need to do is to just go to your WhatsApp, SMS, or whatever, to just type out, to just send out, to paste the message of the invite link, and you have this session over, the link over here, you just send out to your invite. Okay, so once you are actually sending out, then over on this session, over on the top of the part, once your so-called guests so-called logging into this session, there will be a part whereby they ask you to admit the participant. Okay, but this part I won't be able to show here because I don't have any accounts. Or give me a second.
You should be able to use my account.
I invite my co-host in. Give me a second. It will be not so formal, okay? I invite my wife into this session so I can show you all the screen.
Sorry, Gerald.
Yes.
Add participant. Where do you get the link? The whole piece of link. I click, I cannot get.
It's already okay. You give me a second. So you see now I have a guest coming in. This portion here to admit the guest. Wow, chill. Okay. Just now when I said invite, you click on invite, right? You have this screen. So the next thing is you want to have the link to join this session. So you copy invite link below. So it is already in your message clipboard. So you just need to paste. So far, so good. Okay, so now that we have the participant in already, so it's already live. So when you send out, there will be 2 person or 3 person, meaning the buyer, the seller, or the co-broke agent. You can opt to mute everyone. Don't want them to talk, or if you allow them to talk, fine. We just maintain status quo. What we don't see here is the mic logo. You see this mic logo that over here, because I'm talking to you all right now, but my mobile phone is also able to capture my speaking. That's why you can see it's going up and down. All right, but because just now when I invited my wife in, she did not activate the audio button. That's one of the reasons why there is no microphone over here. Okay, so once it is done, you close this part. If my invites have turned on their camera, I will be able to see the screen. Okay, that's when we can actually, as per what the Google Meet YouTube video is all about, we can just so-called do the showing of the house, walking around the house and etc. This will actually be done over mobile phone, because this will be more effective if you are showing the house and walking around the house. You don't expect your seller to be carrying the whole laptop walking around the house. They are not looking at feng shui. So basically, a mobile phone will actually be perfect tool for them to be showing the so-called potential buyer or tenant their house. So far, so good. More button. So these are actually some of this one has a menu whereby you can actually if you're chatting inside the chat box, you can actually communicate with through chat without having the participant talk over the microphone. For example, also if some of you did not connect the mic to the session, you can actually you see I received this message, hello. So I say hello back. Then you can communicate as per, it's something like a WhatsApp message or a SMS. All right. You can also, participant can also show a thumbs up sign to say that, okay, good to go. Can we move on to the next next room or things like that? You can actually give a good sign or a clap sign. Okay, then for meeting settings, these are the various settings that we have. You can actually lock a meeting room. Once all the participants are who is supposed to be within that session is already in, you can lock up the meeting room so that nobody else can enter. You can have a set a waiting room. For example, earlier on, remember I mentioned I am still admitting people in to this session, because for every time you click into the link, they will ask you, they will be prompting you to that you're waiting before you can enter the room. So that is the waiting room, meaning at any point of time, if you have a dubious character joining an open house, you want to verify their identity. You thought it may be a agent trying to coming in to find out more about this unit and then undercutting you, etc., etc. You don't want to allow this person to be in. Meaning it gives you an opportunity to verify the identity of the person before allowing them to come into the meeting room. This is not available in Google Meet. A share screen is to present, meaning later on, right now you're seeing my screen because I am able to share screen. The host has allowed me to do the share screen. So when you have a share screen button over here, if you turn it on, meaning the other party can also share their screen with the rest of the person in the whole session. Earlier on, we were also trying to verify the identity of some of you, like with a username that does not make sense to us, like iPhone and things like that. So there is a function whereby we can allow, as a host, we can allow the user to rename themselves so that we can better identify who are they. I mean, if it's a session whereby there's only say 2 or 3 people, I think that's quite straightforward. But if you are holding a session like today, right now there are 20 of us, and if they are buyers that you have not met before and etc., it will be actually quite difficult to base on their nickname to address them. That's why we actually can allow them to rename themselves to something that we can identify with. Next thing will be unmute themselves. Can we allow the participants to mute or unmute themselves as they like, as they wish? Because basically, if you are doing a presentation, for example, a 30-minute presentation, we don't want guests to be talking halfway to disturb our flow. Because sometimes when we get into our flow, we just want to deliver it more effectively. And if someone starts to talk in between, we get distracted and we may have so-called lost track of what we wanted to present earlier on. Right? This is like a showmanship basically. When you're showing a house, you also sometimes don't like people to interrupt you with questions in between. All right. So this allows you, the unmute function allows you to manage the whole session better when it comes to delivering your presentation. Host controls, meaning I can set the meeting topic. I can also set that when everyone who comes into the session, mute upon entry, meaning they won't be able to speak unless I unmute them. As for the rest, you can actually play around. Okay. Always show meeting controls, touch up my appearance, closed captioning. All these are not so critical when it comes to the whole viewing session or the open house session. Okay, so the rest, the bottom part, this part, the general session, I will leave it to you all to play around. This one I will not be covering today. For mobile sessions, so far, okay. I'm opening up for questions for mobile part. I will not be doing sharing the presentation, meaning your PowerPoint slides or whatever, on the mobile phone, because I don't think it is effective to be using PowerPoint sharing on mobile phone. So for PowerPoint slides or whatever that we will be sharing will be covered on the part whereby I will be doing for laptop or desktop. So for mobile phone so far, anyone out there have any question or already going to fall asleep?
Okay, I have already unmute everybody. When you want to talk, if you have a question, now you can go and find your speaker. There is an icon, you can see the mic there. You go and click it, it will become unmute, so you can speak.
Anyone?
Yeah. Is there anyone got any question? Along the way, if you got question, you may also type in the chat box. We will answer you.
How to see the rest of the face?
Sorry, who is that?
Alice, this is Alice.
Alice, yes. What do you mean how to see the rest of the face?
Oh, that means I can only see the speaker face. I cannot see the rest of the face of the participant, is it?
She's talking about quick view. Quick view.
Let the speaker answer, please. Gerald?
Okay, let me find that function. Give me a second. I got my advisor
to the left.
she
To the
not
left.
throw that
Swipe the screen.
doing
Swipe
here
the
what
screen.
they're asking is on the mobile phone session. If I want to see multiple people on the view, right?
Swipe the screen. Can you hear me?
Actually, once you have more people, right, it will auto let you slide. Then you
Swipe
can
the screen.
see already. You cannot, the max you can see is 4 in the screen. So if you want more, you have to slide to the next. Yeah.
Okay, wait. Alice,
okay.
What device are you using? What device?
I'm using Android. Yeah.
Oh, using handphone, huh?
Yes. Okay. I slide, I can see 4. Maybe I can see, and I slide again. Yeah, I see the rest. Okay. Okay. Because this is just to make sure that how you want to see people reaction, there's the face expression.
That's why, in fact, we do not really recommend to use a mobile phone for any open house. Right? If it's a one-to-one viewing, whereby the number of participants is like only 1 or 2, I think that one is okay because only restricted to that few person, and then it's easier to manage. But the moment you have actually more than 5 people, I personally feel that using mobile phone will be quite difficult to manage. This is my personal opinion. That's why I have not been using mobile phone for my viewing sessions so far.
Sure. Thanks a lot. Thank you. Yeah, I'm done.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Can we use video call?
Video call? What do you mean use video call? This is already a video session.
No, this is Zoom, but then let's say they have video call. Sometimes I think video call is limited to 4 person only, right?
Okay, I think what you're talking about is WhatsApp. WhatsApp is, my understanding, is limited to 4 person. But the thing here is how secure the whole thing is, whether will you be able to after that go behind the scene to call the other buyers. That one I'm not so sure. That's why Zoom is still one of the more secure platform whereby I can see that, oh, it's Peter Lee. But then the thing here is, how do I get in touch with Peter Lee after I end this session? Because as a host of a session, I can actually make everyone exit together after the session. You get where I'm coming from?
Okay, clear.
Yeah, because the whole thing about all these online sessions is that we worry that there may be some undercutting going through and etc. So as agents, we want to protect our own interests as much as possible, right? So that's why Zoom will actually come in quite handy in this aspect.
Okay, clear.
Okay, so if you don't have any more questions on the mobile platform, I will proceed over to the laptop or desktop platform, which I think will be even more challenging. All right.
Gerald,
Yes.
when you
Hi.
log in,
Can you address yourself first?
Christina, sorry.
Okay.
Christina, when you log in, start a meeting, there's a video on the page, and then there's a use personal meeting ID. That one is to be turned off, is it?
You don't turn off because you need to have an ID. But because if you are using a free account, you don't touch that portion.
Oh, so now the moment I go in, I see the button is off. I just leave it as it is.
Just leave it as it is.
Okay, just don't turn on lah.
Yes. So basically, if you ask me, all these I would say these platforms are actually very user friendly. You see all the menus, you probably will be able to understand what they want to lead you to. All right, so you don't be afraid to touch them. Just touch them first.
Oh, but because the user ID can be turned on though. So my question is, we leave it off or turn it on? The personal
I did
meeting
not touch
ID.
the personal ID just now when I created the meeting.
You didn't touch. Okay, because it allows you to turn on. So leave it off lah.
Just leave it off.
Okay.
Okay, let me, you see, when I end the meeting, there's an end meeting for all, meaning I can eject everybody out of the meeting room. And understand? So I go through again a quick one. If I want to start a meeting, I just click a new meeting. I just immediately, you see now my use personal meeting ID is actually turned off. I can just start a meeting directly. Yes. So from my advisor, she mentioned that if we do that, it will auto generate a meeting ID for us. We don't need to generate a meeting ID. All right. Good to go. I will stop sharing my mobile. Anybody need a little bit of time to digest a little bit more before I head on to the next one? Oh yeah, my advisor says actually Zoom can beautify your face also. The camera has some features to beautify your face, as according to other conference. Now let me go back to the slides. So we are done for mobile platform. Next thing that we are going to is actually the desktop or laptop platform. Okay, similarly, you are actually advised to download the so-called app onto your onto your desktop or laptop, because if you are running on the web version, it tends to get unstable. There will be a lot of interference. Okay, so downloading into your computer will be much better. Right. So similarly, just now I click on when I first started up my mobile phone, I click on the icon. So similarly on your desktop or laptop, also do the same thing. You double click onto the Zoom icon, and this will be the welcome screen that you will see. Very similar to mobile, right? The four icons on this part. So again, it's a very idiot proof. If you are going to start a meeting, what you need to do is to click. All right, click already. Oh yeah, before you click, again, it's very important to have your webcam function. I know some people who may not have a webcam, then I think it defeats the whole purpose of doing a video conference. You know where I'm coming from, huh? All right, so that this is actually one important thing to have. So once you click in, this part here, you will not see first, okay, until you click on this part. You will have the bottom row, and then the screen of your picture or yourself. If you have enabled the camera, you will see yourself. If you have not enabled the camera, you will see your profile picture. Okay, this is my nickname now. Okay. Okay, so once I'm just run you through the various tabs below, so that you know how do you roughly play around the functions. Okay, first tab itself is the security tab. So upon clicking on the security tab, these are the control functions. Before you even invite your guest in, these are the security functions, meaning just now we have enabled the waiting room. We do not allow participants to share their screen because we want to be in control of what is being shared. We also don't want to allow the participants to chat among themselves. Why? Because there may be some buyer who lowball offer immediately within the chat, and sellers or the landlords, they may get offended. So we don't want this sort of things to happen. That's one of the reasons why we don't want them to chat. Similarly, when we're conducting physical viewing, we always tell our seller, don't talk to buyer at all, right? Because you want to manage the situation. So this is actually the same. Okay, we can allow the participants to rename themselves so that we can identify them better. Okay, or in some circumstances, we may allow participants to unmute themselves. But for big sessions, meaning if you're doing a presentation doing an open house whereby you have 20 over buyers coming in, just like last Sunday, we had actually quite a fair bit of buyers coming in for our open house. We do not want them to have this luxury to unmute themselves and come in to disturb the whole session. So far, so good? Next will be the participants tab. Again, it's very similar to what we went through earlier on. Okay, so this part itself, because at this point of time, I am the only one in the session. That's why I need to invite. So once you click on the invite, this screen will pop up. All right. So what you need to do is just like what I did on my mobile phone, which is I just need to click copy invite link. And then the whole invitation message will actually be so-called stored on your clipboard. You know, in computer, we say clipboard because you copy and then the thing goes to your clipboard, and then after that, you just go to paste. All right. So same thing, you click on copy invite link. Then you go to your WhatsApp, your SMS or whatever, you just paste your link and send it out to your prospect. I go a bit slower so you all can see better. So once you send out, what you need to do is you wait for them to come in. All right, so once they click and then they are ready, they click on the invitation link and they do the necessary setups, they come into this session. So you see the thing here is this is where our holding room is. Okay, if you see the name is some name that you cannot reciprocate with, you don't know who is this person, how did he get your link? So this is where you start to ask questions. Who is this? You go and you can actually text your buyer or whoever again, oh, is this you? To verify their identity. Or you can click this part here to message to ask them who they are. So at least before you let them into the session, you can actually know that they are the genuine guests that you have invited. Clear so far? Give me a thumbs up sign if you all are clear with what I should. Very good. Okay, so what you need to do? Sorry?
Sorry, you were saying your pricing is something like to chat with them. You mean use phone or?
You can use message or you can privately message them on your mobile phone.
Oh, I thought there's any settings because I don't see any movement there.
You can click on the message. Then it also appears the same thing like a messaging on a mobile phone. Okay.
You mean the chat there, is it?
Yeah, PM them. It becomes like a PM.
You mean can PM directly to individual?
Correct, to the individual only. All right.
Or how do we PM them individual from like to everyone or to the name by itself? Okay,
Yes,
okay, I saw that.
there's a selection for you to message to everyone or to the individual.
Okay, can. I saw that. Thank you.
So in order to admit this person into the session, again, so idiot proof. Okay, you just need to click on the admit button and then they will be in. Now that there's 2% in this session now. Okay, I think so far so good lah. So now again, I want to stress again these two are the critical buttons in the sense that they will actually affect your presentation and etc. Because if you're doing a presentation and someone comes in to talk unnecessary, you don't want that to happen. So this is the control buttons. This is the video button, meaning the camera to see your face. If you close off, you won't be able to see my face. If I close off now, you can see. I think I cannot now because I'm in a presentation mode. Okay, anyway, if you click on the camera button, you will show the face. If not, and then of course, if you click on the microphone button, it means to mute because currently it's not red color, means it's unmute. Once you click it, it becomes mute. So far, so good. Now the bottom panel is where your control panels will be. Okay, just now I covered the security already. Next will be, I covered the security and the participants. So next will be again, on this part is your personal mic and your personal video. Okay, if you turn on, meaning it mutes yourself. If you turn on, meaning you can see your camera, so-called you can see yourself in the camera. Right? Then the next function is actually the chat function. Chat function, the moment you click, it becomes like that. And then this is actually to everyone. This will be the main chat to everyone. Sorry, a bit off. So if you have any message to type, to chat, to send to everyone, you can type it over here. It's just like I think most of us here have gone through the era of IRC. So it's like a main IRC chat, or it's like a WhatsApp group chat as well. And then there's also a function whereby you can chat with the person privately. But that one I will not touch on that. More importantly is that you'll be able to function for a presentation. So the next button that we see, it will be this share screen. All right. This is the most important part that we need to know, because if you are doing a mass presentation, meaning if you are doing your PowerPoint slides, you want to show all the preparation materials that you have prepared with for your clients, like those graphs, those charts and everything. This part itself you really cannot screw up, and this is the part that is a little bit more I would say complex for those who don't have a lot of hands-on experience for computers. So once you click on the button just now, this part will actually show up. Okay, you can see this screen here. So what I will be covering today is only the basic features, which I think it's actually good enough to be able to do a simple and comprehensive presentations. Okay, important notes before you start a session. All right, you need to call out all your necessary files that you have already prepared. All right, meaning if you have prepared PowerPoint slides, you need to open up your PowerPoint slides first. If you have certain websites that you want to show, for example, a virtual tour, which we have so-called free virtual tour creation. So we will do our virtual tour showing online as well. So you go to the virtual tour link as well. You have any videos, whatever that you want to show, you go to that YouTube link or whatever. Turn on all this onto your computer first, so that you don't so-called Gabra Zebra at the last minute or when you're preparing the screen, you don't show to the whole world what you are doing to prepare your screen, and you don't show the whole world how untidy your whole desktop screen is, because we know sometimes every file we also paste on the desktop. We also have a lot of icons on the desktop. We don't want them to see all these things because it's quite unprofessional. That's why you actually open up everything you need before you set up for the conference. Okay, so these videos above, these windows above shows all the different file types that is available for me to use, because I have already opened up my desktop, because this is where I'm basically functioning. I have prepared a set of slides to show. This is the slides that you all are currently seeing. Okay, the slides that I have prepared for today. And then I also had a web box app earlier on, which I have not closed up. Okay, in a typical scenario, probably you have another window here showing your internet browser, whereby you are showing the virtual tour screen, so on and so forth. All right. So what you want to show, basically you need to plan your presentation, just like you plan your showing script. You want to start from what file first, go to which file. All right. So you plan properly. And then for the start, you just need to click on the button, click on the window, meaning if I want to show you the desktop, my whole window, desktop, then I click on the desktop. If I want to show you my PowerPoint slides, then I click on this. Once you selected that particular app that you want to show, right, they will bold it in blue. Okay, this shows the selection that you have made to be presented to your so-called prospects, right? So you select the file or window that you want to share, and then you click the blue share button on the bottom right-hand corner. All right, you click the share button, and then you go into your PowerPoint slides. For example, I have so-called selected to share with you the PowerPoint slides. You go into your PowerPoint slides, okay, and then it becomes everything as per normal. If you are proficient in using a PowerPoint slides, you know that you want to start a slideshow. You go to a slideshow and then you click on slideshow and then you start from beginning. All right, so that one I will not go through. If you need a PowerPoint training, maybe we can look into it in future. And this is on the assumption that you know how to use PowerPoint slides to do presentation. All right. So now, after presentation, all the whole thing, I mean, you have finished presenting everything. Okay, you see this screen over here that I've highlighted. All right, the green and the red panel. Okay, after finishing, what you need to do is to click stop share at the end of your presentation. Okay, this button, just click here, and then it will automatically go back to your screen earlier. Okay. So for the paid version, of course, you can actually do a recording of the whole session, but for free version, I don't think you can do the recording. Or can, huh? Okay, free version, you can also do the recording. Okay, so once you record, and now you can actually do a review of your own sharing in order for you to so-called improve during your next session. Last but not least, once everything ended, we just need to click. Important is to click end meeting for all. Don't leave meeting without the rest of the room being cleared, because that's where the whole thing that we are communication is. We are trying to manage that the other prospect to be communicating directly. So click end meeting for all. Okay. So in conclusion, what we have covered today basically is I have shared with you a little bit on what are the different types of conference softwares. I gave you some introduction to why we are doing Zoom, the type of Zoom account, as well as the heavy part will be the setting up for viewing, as well as the open house and presentation. Okay, so that's all that I have prepared for this evening. So if you actually have any questions, you can actually chat with us. But I really believe that by looking at all these screens, you may actually not, you still may not be proficient. But most importantly is you need to go try out. If you have family members at home who have smartphone, who have computers, engage them together to practice this the session that we have today, so that you have more hands-on experience. Okay. Because I always think, because end of the day, we always say you want to learn swimming, you learn swimming through reading a book, you won't be able to know how to swim, right? You need to really hands-on, you need to jump into the pool so that you can actually really physically feel out how is it like, and what are the problems that you face before you probably have even more questions on what can be done. In fact, there are a lot more functions, but I doubt if I cover them today, you will also be able to appreciate without trying out the rest of the things. Someone take picture?
Yeah, somebody take picture.
Yeah, my advisor take picture.
Okay, question?
Yeah,
you need to hands-on and try it out. If you feel that you're okay for this first session, then you still don't know how to master to do your presentation through Zoom in terms of virtual tour or video or PowerPoint, then you can request in the DAG chat room, then we will conduct a second session, because we do not know how far you go. Some of you maybe after listen already, never mind, wait until can do the showing. Some of you might be very eager, wanted to learn. So this is a basic thing that you need to know. So you just go and play around with it. Anyway, if your normal viewing is not more than 40 minutes, you don't need a paid account. But when we are conducting our open house, because we put in quite a lot of content, so we subscribe the $14.99 account. Because for the $14.99 USD, you can have co-host, meaning you can have 2 person controlling the slide or controlling the whole session, and you have 100 participants and 24 hours running on a meeting. If it's free account, once you hit 40 minutes, they will automatically cut you out. All right. So so you got to know what you want. If you really want to start to conduct all this, because to us it's only $14.99, and it's every month renew automatically. So when you feel that you don't want to use it anymore, you just terminate it. There's no penalty or whatever. Any questions so far?
I see there's no limitation to what you can actually share to your prospects. Now I'm sharing to you all the YouTube.
Place to call it a home. A freshness of air can be found. And just minutes away from the initial result.
You can share YouTube.
This is a freehold house, 2.5-story with a basement. A total of 5 + 1 rooms. Stands on an elevated land that was rebuilt.
All right. So
6 years
that's why
ago.
I think this is actually a very useful session for you to engage on with your prospects. Because we cannot go for physical viewing. So these are the little things that we need to do to add value to our sellers and our landlords. And it's proven that deals can be closed through this kind of session.
And actually save quite a lot of time. You can group all the buyers together into the same session. You just mute everybody. You just tell them if there's any question after this session, we will take it offline. So you will not have somebody jeopardize whatever question or objection they will bring up. So actually it's quite effective. And also we just receive a CA notice, empty house, we can go and take video and photo. So I guess if you have an empty house, on 2nd of June, quickly go and take video and photo for you to do all the virtual viewing. Physical viewing still not allowed. So you cannot do physical viewing. So you need to master this thing during these few days. You just log in and whatever video that or whatever icon that below you see, you just go and play around. There's a triangle shape on all the icon, right? You just click, you will be able to see what is it inside. You just go and play around. So if there's any question and you need a second session, you just text in the chat room. We will conduct another session for some of y'all if you feel that you want to learn more. Ken?
Gerald,
Yes.
Pat here. Okay. What is the easiest, you say, to set up the meeting in the laptop on a PC, right? But to copy the link, yes, I get it. But then the link usually is quite long, right? So how to better copy it into send it out by WhatsApp?
Actually, you don't need to type out everything. You just need to click copy and then it's already inside whatever. And then you just paste, everything will come up. You don't type out everything. You just need to press the paste button. The whole link itself will come up.
Okay, there is a button.
But from PC, how to transfer it to phone? Because you usually send out by WhatsApp, right? That's what I meant.
Okay. Just for information, if you are using laptop, you can also use WhatsApp on your laptop.
Oh, okay. So I can use the apps. There's apps for WhatsApp.
WhatsApp web.
WhatsApp web.
Okay. Okay, got it.
So it works exactly the same.
Looking for a place to call it a home.
You just need to go to your WhatsApp, open up the QR code, then you can access already.
Anyone who know that you can use WhatsApp on your computer with an active internet connection over here? Or used before? I think that one will be very effective if you have certain things to share.
At least answer me. Sorry, Gerald, I didn't hear what your question is.
Using WhatsApp on the computer, on your laptop, the web version. I won't be able to give you a demonstration here because I'm using MacBook where I have an app on my computer. Maybe Jess, you have?
Jess, can you show your screen to them? Let me let you show. Wait.
I unmute her already.
Oh, I need to let her able to share screen. Where is her name? Screen. Okay. Okay. Yes, you are done. Okay, when she's preparing, I saw some of you ask in the chat room whether you can change your background. Free account also can change, but the difference is you look at Samantha background, right? We need a solid wall at your back in order for you to have a nice background. Later on, when I change my background, you will get what I mean. Because mine is not solid wall at my back. I will show you mine.
At least know how to raise hand. Very good.
Yeah.
Okay, Ken, let me just share this one.
Can you all see my background? Can you all see my background?
I share already, boss. I share mine already.
That's how you show them already, huh?
Yeah. So I'm sharing my screen already.
I know
can
they're
you
not
see my
looking at my
screen?
screen, ma. They're looking at my photo, ma.
Okay,
That's
so
why I'm asking them whether can you all see my screen? My name there, so you can see mine and Linda is totally different, right? Because Linda background have a solid wall. My background don't have. So you won't be able to see me. It's like 倩女幽魂, you know.
Yeah, you disappear.
So you want to do the background, you got to sit on the wall. Okay,
Okay,
Lucky
so
Nam not 7 months.
can all of you see my screen now? I got a lot of things on my screen, so I better cover. Okay. Can see? Can I have a
thumbs up? Oh yeah.
Thumbs up. Yeah. So you all see this QR code. Okay, basically you go to this whatsapp.com. Go Google for this one. You just click on this. Can you see? You just Google whatsapp.com. Okay, when you Google whatsapp.com, you will have this one. Just click on one of them, the web. Okay. All have? Thumbs up if you have. I can't see everybody though. Wait, I got to pull down my screen somehow.
I see for you.
Okay. I can have more. Okay, I can see almost everyone already. Okay. So you go to your, okay, I can't show you on my phone now. So you go to your phone WhatsApp. Go to your WhatsApp. On your WhatsApp, on the top right side, right above, besides the search icon, you have got the 3 dot, right? Go to the 3 dot, and then you will see the third one, WhatsApp web.
Okay.
Click on that one. I got too many, hold on. So when you click on that one, you will have the QR code. Okay, scan the QR code onto the screen. You will see my screen moving. So you just wait, okay? Can you see? My WhatsApp is all out here. Anyone can't find? Give me a thumbs up if you can, if you're done. 1, 2, the rest? Chris? Wally?
Mine got no 3 dot leh.
How many dots you have?
Wait. On the right corner.
Are you using iPhone?
Yes, iPhone.
I am iPhone, I don't know. iPhone, someone else help.
iPhone is below settings. You have a settings on the right.
Oh, okay.
Then
Yeah,
after
got
you
it.
can see the web or desktop. Yeah, that's the one.
Okay. So basically, that's not the link that you're from what Gerald showed you, right? So basically, you can just copy there, from that link, and then you'll just add here lah. This is what you will see just now. What boss has sent out. This is what you will see. Join our cloud video meeting. When you copy and paste over the link from the Zoom, you will get this. So you just straight away add to your chat group or to your client's chat. Okay, Ken? All done?
Christina also improved, know how to thumbs up.
And okay, so I will off this one already. Anybody else still need some more time? Everybody got it?
Any other question?
Anyway,
yeah.
Christina, I don't know whether is it your camera issue or not, because your face is very blur.
Sorry, yeah. I should be. Okay, so I stop share. Okay, so this demo is done.
How to make it unblur?
I don't know. You try wiping your camera. I don't know if because of that.
Wiping my camera.
Yeah, it could be your camera.
Okay, Gerald was sharing about the beautify on your photo when you're using Zoom, right? You just go to the video, stop video, the icon. You will see the triangle sign, right? You just click on it. Then you go to the video. You will see there is a sentence called "touch up my appearance." So you just click on touch up my appearance. You see my face become very smooth, right? Clear or not? Okay, that's why I share with you. You just go to all the icon next to it. There is a sign. There is a click sign. You just go and click the particular sign. You go in one by one. They will have different functions for you to do. It's called touch up my appearance.
It's inside video setting.
Correct. So don't have to worry if you don't make up. You can still on your camera. Okay, and also I want to take this session to highlight to everyone, if you all have any issue on any training or any sharing from AAG side or from DAG side, or anything you do not know, please don't sit there and wait, because we do not know what you don't know. Anything you don't know, you just go to PM me or PM your manager or leaders, just ask them, hey, how to do this. So if we know a lot of people need to learn whatever, we will come forward to teach everyone. I mean, everybody learn together. Can? Because you cannot sit and wait already. If there's anything they send out, you don't know what is it, better raise your hand and or better let us know. We were more than happy to come forward to teach everybody and share with everybody. Can? Wendy, you're also trying, right? That's why you can see your photo is like 企业欠你幽魂, you know. I think only someone should be able to do, because the behind is a white.
Mine, you see, I move around no problem because mine is on a solid wall.
Yeah. Question, Alice? Any question? You got to unmute yourself, then we can hear you. I already unmute everybody, but you need to unmute yourself.
Okay, how to paste the background?
Change.
Gerald?
You see the video button on the bottom left?
Bottom left, okay. There's the
There's an arrow.
stop video.
There's an arrow on the button.
Okay.
You click the button, the arrow, sorry.
Yeah.
There's a choose virtual background.
The share there, they say host disable attendee screen sharing.
Not share screen. You want to change virtual background, right?
Yeah, correct.
You go to the stop video, that button there, there's an arrow.
Stop video.
Second icon from the left.
Are you using the laptop or phone?
No, I'm using a phone.
Phone.
Sorry.
Gerald, this one I need your help because I didn't use phone before.
Okay, wait, I try.
Okay, I think Pat want to ask something, right?
So I want to share. Actually, WhatsApp can actually video up to 8 participants. If like you really do a very short one, I think it's okay. No intermittence, but I just don't know how the security part is that. But you can see everyone on the same page.
Yeah, but it's very unstable. I tried before. Only 4 of us already keep disconnected.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, friend, okay lah, chit chat. But for a professional showing, I don't think. I don't think. So good, yeah, not so good.
Okay. I am on my. Can you all see my screen?
Yep.
My mobile phone screen. Okay, go to the 3 dots more. Virtual background. You saw the after you click on the 3 dots, you see the virtual background. And go to the virtual background, you can start selecting. See, I
Sorry,
changed.
just to check, the virtual background is a picture that you all took.
You can choose to upload a picture that you want to take or whatever.
Upload to Zoom or just
Only
my phone?
just on your local hard drive or your mobile phone photo album.
Oh, okay.
Like for example, Thomas, if you want a lot of babes standing behind you, you can upload the picture of the babes. Then after you can put it behind you.
Cannot, later they don't pay attention to me. They only pay attention to my page.
They say the video.
It's the same when you. It's the same when you post your photo into the Facebook. Like you just use your handphone, go to a gallery, recall the photo you want to post. It's the same.
Okay.
Yeah.
Understand. Thank you.
Any more questions?
Okay, I only have stop video. I don't have the video that part.
Yes.
You mean, sorry?
I only have the stop video. The moment I tap, it's either stop or there's a cross, or that I don't have the arrow that can actually scroll up and down.
Arrow is only for desktop.
Yeah, arrow.
Oh, okay, okay.
For handphone, the 3 dots.
3 dots there. Okay, the 3 dots there.
See the bottom?
At the right bottom.
You see the bottom? Bottom
There's
of
four.
Okay, the 3 dots there, they have check, raise hand, hide my video in galleries view, or hide non-video.
Do you have what you see in the screen now?
Virtual background.
Virtual background.
没有 don't
Android.
have. Android, yes.
No Android.
Cannot be. I'm using Android. I'm having the same screen.
You're having the same screen as me, huh?
Yeah, you teach her to show her screen to us.
Let me see. I can use my. Hold on.
Everyone is all learning. Like today is the first time I also doing sharing using my handphone screen. I didn't know whether it will work or not.
Yeah, but it's fun. You learn a lot of things. In fact, if cannot, you ask at least you share your screen to show us. Then you can learn one more function.
I share your screen, my screen. How to share?
Wait, I got to enable you first.
Actually, at least screen is same as my iPad. You don't show virtual.
Yeah. How? Ours.
My iPad also.
Wait, hold on. I'm trying to find the
script.
Because if I show screen, it's.
At least you go to your handphone, you find the share screen. Just now you saw, right? Just now you saw the button share screen, right?
Are you using the app or are you using the web browser? Mobile phone app.
App. Yeah. Okay, I have share with whiteboard. Is this the one?
No, not that one.
Photo, document, URL, bookmark. All this no. 没有了嘞. Don't have anymore.
I think, Gerald, probably the virtual screen can only be done before you enter into the meeting.
No, I just now you saw my screen.
Yeah, Wendy also just change what?
No, but
Wendy also just change what? You see, hide at the don't know what 芒草后面. At least can you share your screen? You go and find the button, see whether you got a share screen. You click on the share screen, then we can see your phone.
I have my share screen.
Do you click?
But there's nothing within the board. It's within what you said. Wait, but you cannot see how to see. Okay.
I see.
Teresa, you need to access her to let her share screen, then she can share.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying. I know.
You can share.
I'm finding her.
You cannot share screen.
I said put a thumbs up, then her name will go up already.
辅导了是什么？
他叫你 share screen。
就是我的这个 screen 啊。
对，我要他 share 那个 screen， 但是我在想我要去哪里？
你给我 photo， 你给我
去
photo。
哪里
access to 他？
去哪里 enable 你？
等一下，不要紧，我不知道你不是这个，我要 camera。
Where how did I get you share screen just now? Forgot. Oh, I know already.
This is what I have.
Are you using a PC or a phone?
A phone.
Oh.
You're clicking on the wrong button already. You click on the wrong button already, at least.
Click the wrong button.
Yeah, you click on the wrong button. Okay, you show me the screen, the phone again. Cannot, you lift up a bit. A lot of reflection.
Okay, higher.
Higher, lift up the phone. Higher, lift higher. Up. The reflection, your screen protector very power.
Can see?
You lift up a bit. Cannot see. Can you all see?
Enter the reading.
Can you use your phone, take a screenshot and WhatsApp out, so I think we can see better that way.
Yeah, I WhatsApp.
The screen out, yeah.
Because Gerald, I also cannot. I understand where she's coming from, because I also don't have no.
Why I become?
Wait, I think I got something to show you.
Back to meeting. To me. Back to meeting. Share. This will stop.
Can you all see the video? I'm running on an Android YouTube.
How do I screenshot?
You screenshot send to the WhatsApp.
Okay.
Then we can see you. We can see. Because now I don't know why you become host and I become no host.
Don't go back to your WhatsApp. Go back to the discussion you have.
Because you are clicking on the share, you should click on the. You see, there's a tool. There's a red tool over there. The 3 dots on the right hand bottom corner.
Yeah.
You click on that one. You tap on that one.
等一下啊，他教你怎么做，就要这样快就3个东西。
And you tap on that one. What do you see?
Show name when participant join. Hide video participant. Hide my video.
Yeah, yours don't have.
The latest version?
Let me ask YouTube.
I think at least at the same thing. The disconnect audio, chat, and meeting setting. These 3 only. Same as me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wouldn't Lee say something?
But it's okay. I don't hold the rest of the people. Maybe we'll figure out.
We also learn through your asking.
You go to click on the more, then you will see a virtual background. Then you will see everything.
Don't have like it actually only the field chat, raise hand, hide my video, hide non-video, show name. That's all. I don't have any more. I don't have any more. Maybe we should change.
In fact, the simple one is like what Alice said. It's the same. Nothing to change from behind. no actually setting for us to change the background, virtual tour, or anything like that. Virtual background, I mean, nothing like that.
Actually should have, but let me just try again.
I'm using a Huawei Android phone. I couldn't get anything.
Okay, we'll figure out when we know. Then we share inside the, we'll screenshot inside the chat room. Yeah.
The alternative way is that you log on to the laptop or desktop using Zoom, and then you set the background first, and then that will be your default background, whatever that you do. That will be the alternative. Jasmine, are you able to do it? You also cannot have.
I have the same thing with her because even in the mall where this just now Wenli say right, I don't have that virtual option also. But only when just now when I want to enter into the meeting, the first screen I saw the same as yours. But once I inside, I don't have the virtual background.
My iPad all along I don't see.
Okay. iPad you need generation 5 or 6 or iPad Pro. For Android there's no such function.
Oh.
It only works for iPhone. Android won't work.
Can I know, just now somebody said the mobile phone that doesn't work is a Huawei. Who's the other one that says doesn't work? What mobile phone are you using? The Android phone that you're using?
Mine is Samsung S20.
Right, Samsung you should be okay, but Huawei you may have a problem because Zoom is a US company, Huawei, so there might be some conflict of interest over there. But the Korean and the American, Apple and Samsung, you shouldn't have a problem. But Huawei, for apps like this, you may have something missing.
We just check on WikiLeaks, WikiHow. They mentioned that Android platforms cannot do that.
Yeah, and Huawei, by the way, for Huawei, some of the functions even for Google Meets as well, that you may come into intermittent problems as such. Oppo phones, Huawei phones, I'm sorry, but you may have a problem like that. And then for iPad, theoretically speaking, the iPad, I think your software, you may need an update. You may be missing an update. Therefore, as a result, you're not getting the virtual background. Just take note on the Chinese mobile phones with that uses all these apps. You may have just a slight problem there, but it's no big deal, right? I mean, you don't have a virtual background, you still can work on it. It doesn't hurt you. Just put on more makeup, you look better than the virtual background.
No, you can just set your virtual background using your other device like iPhone or laptop or computer.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, so it become default.
Yeah, Gerald, this is Andy here. May I ask you a quick question? Thank you for your presentation. You have a good presentation there. Thank you so much. Now, for the participant, right? As a host, I know you can do a recording, but what about for participant? As a host, can you stop the participant from recording the session?
Okay, as a host, we have the rights to manage the recording. Meaning, if as a participant, if you are looking to record, then the host has to grant you the permission to do so.
I see. All right. Thank you for the answer.
No problem. Anything else?
Gerald, sorry, just to check, because I understand that for some phone itself, they can actually record by the phone itself. It means.
Yeah, this is one of the probable loophole. Yeah, the screen recording.
Okay. So we can prevent that.
Can't prevent that.
Because you don't know, ma.
But what I do feel that if you're recording through phone, the resolution and everything may not be as good, so it may not be that effective if you're doing a proper recording, that will be more effective.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks.
Okay, is there any other question? If there's not, we will call it the end of the session. Stay home, stay safe, keep exercise, keep active. Okay, have a good night.
Thank you.
Thanks, Cheryl.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Thank you. Good night.
Thank you, Sarah. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye-bye.